We got a couple of games on deck. Of course, we got to start in the Western Conference. We know the Thunder taking on Philadelphia 76ers. So looking at this matchup tonight, the stars are out. No Embiid, no Paul George, but yet still the game must go on. So OKC, they know how to beat Philadelphia. They play them very well. Philadelphia hasn't beaten them since 2008. So can Philadelphia come into OKC?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't?
2008, we're talking still Durant, Harden. Like, we're talking a whole different basketball team. What it is, and Philadelphia is a different team, D. Scott.
Yep.
They have differences as well. This is a new matchup. Tonight is the night. Obviously without Paul George, it's going to be difficult to get scoring opportunities that come in the mid-range. So I would look to see Oklahoma City being a layup and three-ball team tonight. And there's no mid-range game tonight because of no Paul George.
Well, no Paul George, look for Russell Westbrook to step up and the other guys off the bench. Let's take a listen to Billy Donovan here before the game tonight.
He's out tonight. Shoulder.
Is that something that started in the previous game? Or
Happened in the Denver game.
did he run into a screen somewhere along the way?
I'm sorry?
Did he run into a screen somewhere?
I'm not exactly sure of the play. In speaking to him, it happened in a Denver game. I didn't talk to him about the specific play, but obviously his shoulders got aggravated, and he'll continue to get rehab and work to get back. I'm sorry? I don't. I don't. I didn't really get into a specific play. Obviously, he completed the game and played all the way through. I think he, the adrenaline of the game and him just playing, it probably was something that was bothering him, a lot more significantly after the game. But I'm sure that, whatever point in time it happened in the game, it certainly, impacted him.
You know how you start?
Yes.
Are you going to tell me?
No.
Last time Paul got hurt, you started tennis. What are some pros and cons? I mean, I don't know why I stopped myself just now. What would be some pros and cons to having Dennis in the starting lineup with those other guys?
Well, I feel very, very comfortable with Dennis starting. He obviously has done that to start the season for us when Russell was out, and then when Russell sprained his ankle, he did that. So, I think the one thing about our team is we have flexibility. I got great confidence in Dennis. He's done a good job for us all year long, whether it's been starting or coming off the bench.
Does this matchup intrigue you since they're wiped out at center and you're wiped out on the wing?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. There'll be some guys who get some opportunities to play. Obviously they lose two really, big players in Boban and Embiid at the center spot, but they're still a really, really big team, when you consider Simmons as the point guard and Harris and Butler, what they can do on the perimeter. And then that's at the center spot, they have the flexibility to go small. So, they're a very, very good team. Obviously I think anytime you take a Paul George or an Embiid or a Boban off anybody's team, it's going to be an impact. But there'll be a lot of things that they, without those two guys, that they still do very well.
When you have a player like this,
Paul George has been in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation all season, and now the MVP discussion. Terry's been on since the new year. However, his last few games have been less than stellar, just a shade under 20 points per game. Looking at PG-13 right now, of course, OKC suffered L's in both of those games. When you have these late season situations, is it fatigue? Is it a true injury? Is the coach just trying to make sure he's rested before the playoffs start? What's going on, 3D?
Well, I think it's a combination of a little of all that. Also, Kenny, coming back from the All-Star break, you're still trying to get your legs back under you. But Paul George is never one of those guys for me that I worry about. Will he be ready when the playoffs get here? Will he play the right way? You just said, when you're in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year or in that conversation, you got to guard the best perimeter player on the opposing team each night. And now with the way he and Westbrook have played well one another and Russ has kind of given up and let him go, I'm not worried about PG Jet.
Well, I would say, I would worry about Oklahoma City, not Paul George. His ability to play, regardless of who he's playing against, he's going to have pretty much the matchup advantage against every two guard in the league, with the exception of maybe one or two. However, if you're Oklahoma City, you could go from 3 to 6 very fast if this guy's out for a long period of time. He is such an integral part of your team that it's difficult to change your offense when a guy like that leaves. It's very difficult. Teams have done it. we'll see if Oklahoma City could do that. Because if he's out for an extended period of time, which I hope he's not, you have to change the way you play basketball. Everything that's in – he's even their post player. When they decide to post up, they drop him in the post and drop West in the post, Russell Westbrook. So it's difficult for them to change that up. And so I hope it's not long for them, because 3 to 6 can happen very quick.
Yeah.
Yes, we've seen the Western Conference can shift very quickly.
Ask LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron knows all